Are we live? We are live. We are live. So guys, as we promised you, we are here with the Champions League preview of two important quarterfinal clashes tonight. The first one is Benfica versus Liverpool, and after that, you know, it's Man City versus Atletico. That's the more important game where you can expect a fight. But first, let's talk about Benfica versus Liverpool with my colleague Shane Dias here.
Hello.
And I'm Siddhant Maheshwari. So we are going to bring you the 5 most interesting talking points regarding each game. So let's start with Benfica first. We know Liverpool start this game, Shane, as heavy favourites.
Definitely.
Definitely, right? That's because it's not just Liverpool's form, it's also what Benfica has done. Benfica, I think so, made it a shocking win against Ajax in the last round.
They were not favourites to win that.
They were definitely not favourites to win that. But Benfica, by the way, are also third in the Primeira Liga, the Portuguese league that I'm talking about. They're almost 15 points behind league leaders Porto. So their form really hasn't been up to the point, and definitely Liverpool start as heavy favourites.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget that Liverpool right now have already won a trophy. They beat Chelsea on penalties to win the Carabao Cup or the League Cup. They are currently just a point behind City in the Premier League, and they also have a FA Cup semi-final against City. So as of now, Liverpool have an outside chance of winning the quadruple, something that has never been done in the history of English football or any football before.
Wow, quadruple. As a United fan, I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but well, what can I say? Okay, number 3, let's talk about the players who are available, players who aren't available. So with Benfica, I'll start. Haris Seferovic has returned to the side. He played their 3-2 game against Braga, which by the way Benfica lost 2-3, so that was a disappointing game for them. But players like Lucas Verissimo and Rodrigo Pinho are still out, and even Adel Taarabt is also a doubt for this clash.
Obviously, fans, if you remember the name Adel Taarabt, you think of the silky playmaker who absolutely lit the Premier League on fire with teams like QPR. But Taarabt is now a player reinvented and is more comfortable being the holding player in the deepest point of midfield. So he's been very, very good there for Benfica. So if he's not playing that, then Liverpool will have a very good chance of actually overwhelming the Benfica midfield. So, you know, Taarabt's fitness for me is key if Benfica to have any chance of actually fighting in this particular match.
He's a doubt for this leg, but maybe he'll return for the next one. Anyway, what's the next point, Shane?
Well, I mean, you know, you can say that, and this is key for Liverpool, that they don't have a single injury doubt right now. Jurgen Klopp has confirmed that he has a fully fit squad available. I mean, Trent Alexander-Arnold was on the bench, you know, after returning from a hamstring injury, but he should be ready to go. Obviously, this Trent, he's definitely going to start. Naby Keita is back in training, as is Curtis Jones, who actually he limped off in their previous game, but has been declared fit. You know, and you know, it's interesting. I don't know what exactly could be their forward lineup, such as their quality right now.
I think so. All of them. I think so Jota will play. I think so. Mane will play. Salah will play, and Luis Diaz will also play.
Luis Diaz will have a very key role, and he's adapted to Liverpool. Like, he's taken to that club like a fish to water. So if he starts, I mean, God forbid, and he has experience playing against, you know.
Well, he has. He used to play for Porto, and we know Luis Diaz is a great talent. But the 5th most important talking point is, I'll have to go a little back in history for that. And it's interesting for all Liverpool fans because you'll sort of rejoice on hearing this. The last 2 times Liverpool faced Benfica in the quarterfinals, they've won. Okay, this is in the 1970s and 80s I'm talking about. I think the 1978 and 1981, and you know, both those times that they defeated Benfica in the quarterfinals, they went on to lift the title, Shane. That doesn't bode well for United fans, but Liverpool could win another title, man. That is a little disappointing.
And they've actually come back very strong this season, considering how much they struggled last year. They look like the side that, you know, dominated English football in 2019-20. It's not a good time to be facing them if you're a Benfica fan.
Okay, let me take a couple of questions. Darshan Jain says, Sid, do you agree that Pep is greater than Sir Alex, as he is not one league manager, but he has managed 3 different leagues? Well, this question I would have loved answering after the Man City Atletico game, because that's what we are going to talk about next. But as a United fan, I can say, boss, there's no comparison. Sir Alex did it for years, and every manager top manager you would ask, they would also say that they rate Sir Alex higher than Pep Guardiola. What do you think?
Yeah, I think at the moment, the only thing that is separating them is tenure. I mean, you have to remember that Sir Alex had a good quarter of a century at one club, making them successful, keeping them successful. Our producer also mentions that you do have other candidates such as Arsene Wenger and the likes,
but Pep has, yes, he has won it with Bayern Munich. He has won it with Barcelona before, and now he is at City. But what remains the most elusive trophy for City that they haven't won, guys?
It is indeed the Champions
League. It is indeed the Champions League, and tonight they are going to face Atletico Madrid. Basically, you would have to say this is one of the best encounters.
Yeah, because it's a clash of two sides with very contrasting styles. You have City, who love dominating the ball, and you have Atletico, who love giving away the ball and love working hard, hitting them on the counter. It's all a major clash of styles, and both managers actually prefer it this way. We know Diego Simeone loves his team to work hard and graft for their wins.
And they did it. They already did it in Manchester once against United in the last round.
Yes.
And even though it breaks my heart to keep talking about it, but Atletico showed what they have done over the years. They always grind hard, and they always manage those 1-0, 2-0 victories. So let's start with the 5 most important things about this clash, Shane.
Yeah, so obviously we have City. They're currently top of the table, albeit by just 1 point, and they are targeting a treble win. Now we all know that trebles also is something that has rarely happened, especially the treble of the top 3 trophies. So the major domestic league, which is Premier League, the major domestic cup, FA Cup, and the Champions League. I think the last side to do would have been Manchester United in 1999.
The treble, yes.
Yes, that treble has not been done since. It would be very symbolic if City could do it now. And actually,
Bayern did it for them.
I'm talking about
English clubs.
Yeah. English clubs, no one has done it since United. But yeah, you're right. Barcelona have done it. Bayern have done it if we're talking continentally. But for City, I think it's fair to say that they're going to rate that Champions League far more than an FA Cup at this point. It is the ultimate prize for them.
It is. I don't think they care about the FA Cup, even though they faced Liverpool in that FA Cup semi-final. But this is their most wanted trophy, one they haven't won. And I'm sure Pep Guardiola, because he has achieved everything in England, but this remains that one trophy that he still not has won with Manchester City.
In fact, if he wins this, then he'll have gone on to have won this trophy with 3 different teams. One different team. Sorry, he never did it with Bayern. Yeah, that was a big failure on his part.
Yeah, but that's what with Barcelona, that team of Barcelona also, I think you expected them to win. They defeated United twice in the final, so I remember. Unfortunately, but also we have to talk about Atletico because there are no pushovers. City can't just walk past them thinking that they'll win. Yes, they start the game as favourites. But this Atletico side, by the way, Shane, have won 7 out of their last 8 games. Even though they started poorly, they are definitely not going to be able to retain the title they won last year, the La Liga title. Yeah. So they're losing it to Real Madrid this season. But they showed against United what a side they are. And again, I think so last Saturday, they played Alaves and they beat them. They scored 4 goals in that game.
Yeah, I mean...
So you expect them to come hard. And with this team is... that they will keep defending, these guys will keep attacking, and it will be a fascinating contest to watch.
Yeah, I think the key for, Atletico, if they have to do well, is how do they fit in João Felix? Because the young Portuguese has been sensational. I think it says a lot that it's been, 3 years now that he's made the move. He's always been seen as someone who could live up to potential, 22 years old, and he's playing like an absolute world beater at this point.
Keeping Luis Suarez out of the side, scored a wonder goal, if you call it with a header. That went past De Gea in that first leg, if you remember. That was, as a United fan, it was, as I keep saying, heartbreaking to watch. But it was a beautiful goal from João Felix.
Very well taken goal.
Alright, what's next?
Well, let's see. We do have some injury news, and I think it's there for both sides. A little bit of unavailabilities, and Atletico fans, I think this is a bit of a problem because, Yannick Carrasco won't be available. They did appeal against his suspension from a red card, which he picked up against Porto, but UEFA dismissed the appeal, so he's not going to be there. Hector Herrera is out. Jose Jimenez has not travelled with the squad. And Jimenez is a big miss because he's been an absolute stalwart in that defence.
And stalwart against United, played really well.
Played really, really well against them. So I think I don't know, but knowing Simeone, his big game tactic has always been defend, work hard. But a lot of it will also depend on how well, as I said, not only Felix but even Antoine Griezmann does.
I actually would have to say that at Barcelona, Griezmann wasn't quite up to the mark. But no matter what, whenever he plays for Atletico Madrid, he becomes a different player altogether. Anyway, number 4, I want to talk about the team news for Manchester City. And as you know, Kyle Walker is still serving that 3-match ban. And this game also he's still suspended for. So he's not there. Ruben Dias is still nursing that hamstring injury and he's also not available. So I guess with Ruben Dias not there, I think so Laporte and Stones will be the centre-back pairing for City in this game. And number 5, I would want to tell you guys that these two sides have not met each other in a competitive fixture before this. So it's going to be a first. It's going to be a first, and against City's attack with Atletico's defense. I was saying Atletico Madrid. Then I realized Madrid I can't call them because it's Real Madrid. We're going to play your side tomorrow. And guys, right now we have discussed 2 games, but we're going to be back for the 2 games tomorrow also. So don't forget that.
Keep an eye out for that.
Keep an eye out for that. Let me first take a few questions now. Yes. Harmeet Singh is saying that Real Madrid can win it all.
Well, I mean, in Ancelotti, they have a manager who knows how to win Champions Leagues. And Real Madrid have always been, despite them not being a force necessarily sometimes in Spain, when they went on that streak of winning 3 or 4 Champions Leagues,
yes,
they were untouchable in Europe.
Ronaldo, and
they'll be looking for revenge against Chelsea because Chelsea knocked them out last time in the semis. So that's an interesting.
That'll be a great contest, and we know who Shane is going to be backing because a Chelsea fan in and out.
Chelsea is the name.
So you'd expect I'm gonna pick because he has picked Chelsea. I'm gonna pick Madrid for sure in that game. Anyway,
an easy match.
Galaxy Warriors is asking, is Mohamed Salah available because he was playing for Egypt in the FIFA World Cup qualifiers? Well, that happened.
Yeah, that happened a little while back.
Yeah,
so he should be available.
He should be available. Liverpool have nobody out, by the way. They have their entire squad available for this game. Even people like Naby Keita, who were out before nursing a knee injury, are back in contention. He might not start the game, but I think so he can make it to the bench.
Yeah, definitely.
Manav Bagga says Kevin De Bruyne is hands down the best midfielder in the world at the moment.
Well, Bruno Fernandes says hi, but I think Kevin De Bruyne...
No, but I as a United fan, even as a United fan, I'd have to say that Kevin De Bruyne is at some another level. He's been doing it... See,
for so long.
Bruno Fernandes came here, set the stage on fire, even though his side did not win the league or whatever happened. But with Kevin De Bruyne, he's won the league. We should also remember that there was a time De Bruyne was at Chelsea. They let him go. The
Mourinho effect.
And then he went to another club, Wolfsburg, performed really well for them. City got him, and after that, he's just under Guardiola's tutelage. He's just become another level.
Even though Salah was also at Chelsea at one point.
Chelsea keep having these amazing players, and they don't realize how to make use of them.
Again, the Mourinho effect. Both these players were sold under his watch when he would come back for a second spell.
Yeah.
Well, we're regretting it now.
Okay, Galaxy Warrior says my favorite team in Premier League is Man City because it was Rodrigo. It has Rodrigo, Kevin De Bruyne. Luke Shaw, right? Luke Shaw is with United. It's United.
But
so
Rodrigo,
Galaxy Warriors.
I love that player. Very technically skilled midfielder.
Technically skilled, and Pep loves him personally because he always picks him in his side. Sanket Joshi is asking UCL finalist according to you guys.
Oh, that's a tough one. Okay.
But come on, let's just now, not going by confirm, just who you think are going to be there. Don't say Chelsea, man, because I don't think they won it last season. Not going to happen this season.
Again, I thought the same thing last season, so let's see. But no, if I have to pick this thing, I would say City versus potentially Real, if I'm being just very honest.
City versus Real.
Oh, that will be a fun.
I'm going to say Liverpool, even though I'm a United fan, I guess it's going to be Liverpool versus City maybe.
Oh, if that happens, wow.
Liverpool versus City or Liverpool versus Real Madrid. Those are my picks. Darshan Jain is asking, do you feel that Man City will miss a proper number 9 going ahead in UCL with Sergio Aguero?
They've already pretty much shown that they don't really need a striker to be
successful. They've been playing a false 9 for a number of...
For ages now.
For a number of games. They have... See, Gabriel Jesus is there. But
he's converted to a winger at this point.
But yeah, he hardly plays as a centre forward. See, they have got false 9s. They have got players like Phil Foden, who sometimes doubles up as the striker.
Mahrez plays
Even Kevin De Bruyne, for that matter, himself does play that role very often. So can never say. And with City, I don't think they care.
Yeah, they have so many goals across the field that it doesn't really matter.
Sanket Joshi is also saying that the winner of this City versus Atletico game is gonna win the UCL.
That's a very interesting prediction because Atletico have missed out twice, I believe, in recent seasons. It would actually give me some pleasure to see them because I really like that.
Every
side.
time I keep changing this, Shane touches the screen
not even
and it
touching
goes
it.
back
There's
to
some magic. There's some
Man
magic.
City versus Atletico. Every time I put this, you touch the screen and it goes to Benfica versus Liverpool. But that's also an important game tonight.
Yeah, we can't deny that.
Even though I think Liverpool will win it easily. Parag Manchanda is saying if Barca can score 4 against this Atletico, then City should definitely score enough to go through. I don't remember when they scored 4 against Atletico. They scored 4 against Real Madrid.
Right.
Real Madrid they scored. Guys, I'm not sure whether they scored 4 against Atletico. I don't remember it. But if they
did score 4 against Real
Madrid, I saw that game, and by the way, Real Madrid did not have a clue against
against
that Barcelona side. With Xavi at the helm, that Barcelona side has improved manifold, which I cannot say about our United side with Ralf Rangnick at the helm.
Again, if you're talking about United, just a diversion, they're very much in a placeholder mode at this point, and everyone knows that nothing is changing until they get a new manager in the summer. So even the players are like, yeah, okay, we're going to run through the motions. That's what it feels like.
Galaxy Warriors is saying Phil Foden, Kyle Walker playing this game. Phil Foden will play. Kyle Walker, I think is serving a suspension because of his red card earlier. So he's out of this game. I don't think he'll be available. So that's about it, guys. So Shane, before we go, your predictions for the 2 games, Benfica versus Liverpool.
I say Liverpool win 2-0.
Liverpool 2-0. I say Liverpool will win 4-0. Because, yeah. Okay. Man City versus Atletico.
0-0. I think Atletico will go ultra defensive.
I think it's either gonna be a 1-0 or a 2-0 for Manchester City. I think, yeah, that's what I think.
So let's see. We'll see tomorrow how right or wrong we both were. It could be neither of us. Could be that Atletico just decide to turn on the magic and hit 4 against City.
Saurav Dubey is telling us, because thank you for informing us, they scored 4 against Atletico also. 4-2 they've defeated Atletico.
That's just both the Madrid rivals.
Or I'm not sure whether he's talking about the Madrid game.
Again, we'll check.
We'll check, guys, because I saw the El Clasico and that is all I remember, because Real Madrid were rolled over like nobody could have believed that they are leading the table by some 10-12 points.
It tells you a lot about how much they was reliant on them having like both Atletico and Barca having poor seasons.
Yes. So that's it, guys. That's the preview for you. Please let us know what you make of these 2 clashes. Who do you think is going to win?
And your predictions, of course, just please drop them in the comments.
Yes.
We do see them, even if we might not have time to reply to all. We see
them.
Yeah,
we ignore the abuses, but we see all the nice comments. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to Sports Today. And we'll soon be back in about half an hour's time with the preview for the Rajasthan Royals versus Royal Challengers Bangalore game.
Sports Today never sleeps, so do join us in about half an hour's time.
And we'll also be back tomorrow for the other 2 games.
Oh my God,
Champions League. So don't forget, we'll be back around this time tomorrow to do the preview for those 2 games. And this boy is going to be supporting his side, and I'm either
going to be very happy or very sad tomorrow. We'll see what I am.
Anyway,